Hello everybody, this is Dile Zaur, and for this very special figure showcase and combining video, we are going to be looking at the Japanese exclusive 1987 cassettes, Dile and Zaur. So if you've never seen these guys before or heard anything about them, hopefully by the end of the video you'll have a little bit more understanding of what they are. And I'm going to be, as I say, actually combining these two to create the combined robot known as Legout. Also, as well, as I say, trying to help you with your knowledge as well on the Japanese continuity of figures. So what we've got here are two exactly that. They are just Japanese cassettes. In Japan, they issued and sold their cassettes on card backs and indeed in boxes as well. You can see on the top right hand corner of the boxes we've got a C and then the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 4. The C stood for Cybertron, which was Japanese for Autobot, and then the other three numbers are just the corresponding numbers to them figures. Now, the guy we've got behind, if you've got no idea who he is as well, although he looks familiar, this is Twin Cast. This was the Japanese, I suppose, redeco and updated version of Blaster from 1987. And I'm pretty sure, to be fair, that this is exactly why we got things like combining cassettes. You know, even as I say, from Hasbro, we obviously had Slam Dance and we also had Squawk Box as well, but we didn't really get much of an explanation why I think we had combined cassettes, and I do believe solely that it's down to the update of these figures. And what that is this here. So the chest cavity on this particular figure, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to compress his legs ever so slightly so you can see him on the video like so. In fact, let me just adjust the camera, as you say. So apart from the redeco, which is obvious, the chest cavity on this is much bigger than the standard, and that is because he could hold two cassettes inside there. So this makes perfect sense, obviously, for having combining cassettes like the ones I'm just about to show you. So you can see they'd fit in there. That would clip together no problem. I'm not going to, for pretty obvious reasons. I'm just going to carefully take these out and then get ready to actually start combining them. So yeah, this, as I say, these are all Japanese exclusives, although some of them now have made it into the mainstream market and indeed have had issues, as in reissues of the figures under the Generations toy line as well. Right then, let's get back to the cassettes in question. So we'll have a look at Dile first and foremost, which is the reptile, or Daru as he was known in Japan. So I'm going to very quickly just show you the alternate mode, which is the lizard or the iguana, like that. That's why the name Dile is roughly translated from reptile. And there you go. I'm not going to attach the weapons because what I want to do is, as I say, I want to show you the combined mode. So that's got an awful glare. Let's just move these out of the way like that, because we're going to concentrate on these two figures. So that is the alternate mode for this one. And then we've got Zaru or Zaur, which is a little bit like a brontosaurus or indeed a dinosaur, and again, hence where that name come from. So these are the two cassettes in their alternate modes. Now let's do the very clever combining aspect. So funnily enough, we do have to take them back to their cassette mode, and to be honest, this is where I suppose the genius starts. This is just incredibly clever for its time. So what we're looking to do is create this character here. This is Legout, and this is the combined form of these two. So we're going to take the head, we're going to turn it that way to start off. Then we're going to lift this up, and as we bring these, which are going to be the arms for the robot, out, we can then separate here. We're going to fold the cassette right out, nice and carefully. Oh, heart in mouth doing this. Fold these round, which are going to be the arms, like so. I'm just actually going to push the neck up a little bit as well, because when it connects, it seems to connect better like that. We'll have a look in a second anyway. There's a cutout there on the front of, I suppose, his mouth, which is what's going to tab in a second. Then what the tail, I love this. This was obviously the fold out tail in iguana mode. Bring it up, bring it all the way over, and it's now a head in robot mode. So there is the upper part of the cassette. Now, of course, let's very quickly take this guy back as well, fold these over to roughly the cassette that they were in. Now this one again is clever. We're going to fold this in half. We're going to fold the legs down like so, like this, and then stand upright. I need to turn these behind. Now, to be honest, I've seen pictures of them with these as the front feet, but to be honest, they're not. They're supposed to be at the back like this. I will of course show you both. It makes perfect sense too whilst we're here. So there's the tab at the back where this is going to slot in, or tab in, shall we say, and then this is where you're going to need very carefully to just condense this and then line the holes up pretty much on the side like so. There, and this is exactly what I just meant, to be honest. See there, I've got the feet at the front. I just need to bring the camera down again ever so slightly just so you can see what I'm referring to. So I mentioned about the dinosaur feet there. Sorry about the terrible glare. Let's bring these in. So some people, I've seen them with that, but the official way should be that this comes around the back like so, and then there's an additional 2 little tabs here, which can be really, really awkward to get. These fold out over the front, and then this gives you the feet. So granted, it's not the most, not the best looking robot you're ever going to see, but again, for the time that this was made, it's insane. I think it's so, so clever. Now I'm going to take the 2 accessories from Dile first and foremost. These are going to go over the back in there like so. And then we've got Zaur's accessories. This is Zaur, and there again is the combine mode, and we can attach these via each side just under the hips. I suppose just above the hips, I think it is, like so. And we have now got the combined form of Legout. Now, I'm not pushing that all the way in, I think, for obvious reasons. I hope you forgive that. But there you go. Look at this. Absolute genius, considering the age of this. There's a bit of articulation, obviously, on the shoulder. You can't move that there, unfortunately, for the feet. The legs obviously do have articulation if you want to move them. The head obviously doesn't. But to be honest, it's not about that. I know people make jokes about the G1s being bricks, but look at the engineering that's gone into that. I know figures nowadays obviously have much far superior, but this is a 40-year-old toy and it's just genius. So there he is, combined. Here he is with the other 2. I nearly knocked it over. Combining cassettes as well from the same year, I think. I'm pretty sure they were all 1987 as well, but obviously we didn't get this guy at all. Right, a few more very quick comparisons then for you. So they're combining cassettes. We've got normal cassettes, so you can see just how much bigger he is. For those of you who've got no idea what this is, because it's generation 1 and you only collect newer figures, there's a deluxe, and here's, I suppose, a leader. He's not even going to fit in on screen, obviously, but more so, I suppose, there's a core class figure. So you can see he's as big as a current core class figure. For those of you who've got no idea what these are and you collect third party, in fact, normal G1, there's normal G1. There's a Magnus cab at the back, which of course is a prime cab, so it's up to his waist. Third party, very quickly just show you these then. So there's a Doctor Wu, there's a New Age. Oh, I keep nearly knocking it over. And there's a Magic Square. So he's about the same height as a couple of third-party Legends scale figures that are available today. But to be honest, all I really wanted to do is combine him. I'm going to keep him like that. As I've mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are individual videos for Dile and Zaur, as well as Twincast as well, if you want to catch them. And of course, many other Japanese exclusive rarity figures on this channel. So if you're not subscribed, or if you haven't, you might like to check out the playlists just to have a look at them there. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Take care.